You are listening to episode 298 of the Nintendo Powercast. I'm your host, N64 Josh. Player 2, Hate Zero. What's up, dude?
Hey, what is going on? And what is up, NPC fam? It is your boy Hate Zero, your hero.
Player 3, Crawler. What's going on?
Hey, how's it going? It's Crawler coming at you.
Hey, Player 4, Super Nintendo. What's up, buddy?
Hey, how you doing?
Good, man. Good. So, before we jump into this thing, remember, this is an unofficial Nintendo podcast. We got new intro music coming very soon. Episode 300. Get ready, guys. Get ready. It's going to be amazing. I can't wait. You want to pick up my book? Head on over to n64josh.com/anothercastle to get the paperback and the Kindle. Might be a good gift for somebody. Throw under the tree. If you want to listen to me read it to you, n64josh.com/audible. And if you need Switch recommendations, including Nintendo mugs, Nintendo accessories, or if you watch my live streams and you see my giant mana water bottle.
You have it down there? You got to hold it up. Do you have it down there?
Yeah, it's right here.
It's comical when he tries to drink it because he's got to it tips out of frame as he drinks, and especially when he's green screening, it's not on the frame, and it's hilarious.
Yeah, it's a gallon of water. So, stay hydrated, everybody. But that's all at n64josh.com/Nintendo shop. All right, n64josh.com/Nintendo shop. So with that, jump on over to some announcements. The Animal Crossing podcast and the Smash Bros podcast are going strong. We got Smash Bros League information happening on Thursday. Just stay tuned to the Discord server for that. Mario Kart, of course, Monday and Friday nights at 6. Of course, I got a bunch of content going out on YouTube. You can go check that out. And with that, let's just jump right on into what we've been playing. Hey, you've played an update on the Switch, right?
Yeah, I played update, what is it, 11? It was, I so far give it a 4 out of 10. Yeah, it wasn't that great. No, yeah, man, I've just been playing a lot of PS5. I hate to admit it, although I'm not at all sorry, not even a little bit sorry.
No, I mean I wouldn't be.
It's your bright shining new plaything, so
it's the new toy. Yeah, definitely. I played a lot more Call of Duty than I anticipated. Last week was it? I was talking about it, and I hadn't put that much time. I just kind of got a feel for the triggers and whatnot, and it seems like this is a very decent Call of Duty, but it's not particularly good at anything.
But Nuketown came out this week, so
yeah, I've been playing a lot of Nuketown, which has been fun because it's just instant action, and the game, I think it's going to kind of fall down like Ghosts. It's that first new generation, and we're not going to remember it as favorably. I don't think it's a bad game. It's just not remarkable in any way, in my opinion.
I see. What about
Zombies has been fun though.
Zombies is good. Zombies is good. Multiplayer specifically, the story seems fine too so far. But the multiplayer specifically, it only had 6 maps at launch. Now it has Nuketown. So it just doesn't. It's not living up to my expectations of a Call of Duty multiplayer.
Next week it gets a bigger update too, with season 1 starting and the integration, I think, into Warzone. So it'll just get better, hopefully. But it is sad that games can get away with piecemealing this content coming out, and it's like shipping an unfinished game. I'm kind of glad that Cyberpunk is delayed as much as they have, because hopefully we're going to get a more put together product than what it could have been. So we'll see.
Are you playing with any of the old crew, Eric?
Not yet. Not anyone yet. So our buddy Demonic Jawa just got a PS5. So I will be playing with him sometime soon. But yeah, I mean, that's part of the problem is not a lot of people have been able to get their hands on the PS5 yet. So I'm one of the fortunate few, but I guess I could be playing with other players. I turned off
like me. You could be playing with me.
I could play with you. Yeah, definitely.
I gotta get your Activision ID, and we can play across.
Well, I turned off cross-platform because there's a extreme advantage to PC players, and I did not want to deal with them. But I will turn it back on so we can play.
I've kind of been surprised how many people I get into a lobby and I'm the only PC player. It's kind of surprising, but
interesting. Interesting. Crawler, what have you been playing?
Call of Duty a little bit. Been playing that with some people in the community, and also a lot of Hyrule Warriors has kind of been my main Switch game. I did get my shipment from limited run of Jedi Knight, Jedi Academy, and Jedi Knight 2. I put them in my Switch. I have the tiles; they updated, but I have not played them yet. So I'm excited to do that. But it was a cool, nice little double pack that it came in. So it was kind of more. I definitely overpaid for having a physical edition from something from limited run, but that's kind of the name of the game there. When you're doing that, it's for the collection and the artwork, and I think
for the gram, right? You're doing it for the gram.
No, not quite. But I think there's like actual, there are like little booklets in here, and then the limited run also comes with the little trading cards as well, which is always fun. But yeah, I'm really enjoying Hyrule Warriors. It doesn't feel like a Muso game. Like, it feels like a Muso game in the sense that all of a sudden you have 1,000 kills, and I feel like you don't have to worry about the mobs ever. Your real fight, and where you can actually get taken down and got to be aware of your health is the captains and then the boss fights. And it's more, I haven't encountered anything where it's super switch between this character, kind of like what it was in the first Hyrule Warriors, where I feel like you had to have multiple people running to different outposts all at the same time. I don't know if they made it better in this one, but I feel like you can switch characters and send different characters on their way, and they actively engage stuff on the way, so it's easier to switch. And the story's been engaging so far. I've really enjoyed just how much it feels like Breath of the Wild with the dodge, and then the fury attack, the flurry attack, and then the weak attack that you get to do, and everyone's special is always entertaining to watch. Like, Urbosa snaps her fingers and the lightning strikes the enemies and all that kind of stuff. I know I've been watching you play a little bit, Josh. I know you've been enjoying Rivali. He's not my favorite to play as, but him and Minfa aren't super my favorite. I like. I need to play around with some weapons with Link, but I got the Master Sword recently, so that's been fun to have.
So let me ask you a question here. Does the story touch on what the heck happens to Link and why he goes from being able to kill thousands of enemies to getting beat by a bokoblin?
I haven't gotten
what happens in the 100 years. I know he goes into his cryo sleep or stasis or whatever they want to call it, right? But you would think those skills would come back, but at no point in Breath of the Wild 100 years later do you kill 1,000 people.
So you're reading too much into that, and you're the vehicle of the story is in a Muso game. So I mean, I don't know. The red moon brings back all those enemies. You get to go kill them. Who knows how many thousands you've killed in Breath of the Wild?
They evolved.
Like
they evolved over that 100 years. They're now much stronger.
Yeah, they're stronger.
Yeah,
that's possible. They were not sleeping.
Yeah,
they were working on their craft.
They've just been
Calamity's been making them stronger.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair. See, that's a good argument. I didn't consider.
But I mean, I don't. I'm trying to think if there aren't really great levels in the demo. The demo sold me enough, but I feel like the demo really needed to have one of those Divine Beast levels in it to like let people see that it's not all mindless Muso. Like, even the Divine Beast like levels are kind of mindless, like on a track, go kill all these enemies, but it mixes it up a little bit, and you feel powerful with those Divine Beasts. And at least so far is where I'm at in the story right now. Like, Zelda is really struggling with the fact that she doesn't have her power yet, and Link was able to harness his sealing power by pulling out the Master Sword, and he has that power, and she's a little anxious about that. And it paints a good story for your main protagonist not having a voice. So I mean it's great. But like I was trying to say, like, my favorite characters to play is, like, I really like I think I said this last week, but Impa is super fun to play as, and then Urbosa and Link. And then
Daruk.
Is that the Daruk is fun. Like, I feel like you just he's got kind of a move like Link with the shield surf, where he just rolls up in a bowling ball with his protection and just goes barreling through stuff. So yeah, that it's pretty fun. It mixes it up almost regardless of who you're playing as. There's a fun way to play. And
is it Hetsu? Is that the name of the Korok?
Yeah, I got him a little while ago. Yeah.
Yeah, and
he summons little Koroks around him, and they all.
Yeah, I'm stuck right now. I had to go in and like level him up, and
oh yeah, I mean, do you have the armory or whatever, the training facility or whatever, where you can go and bump them up for rupees?
Yep, yeah, I did that. I bumped him to max, and then I was like, okay, the next step is taking him into the meditation training or whatever, and see what that does, because I was just struggling on that level. What's cool is you kind of expect this game to be like every character's just mash X and then go to Y and then go, mash Y and then go to X periodically, but they don't all play the same. Like this character's got maracas,
you learn patterns based on who you're playing as.
Yeah.
And there's better ways. There's some inefficient moves that you like brush enemies back, but then there's times, especially on some of those training missions, you want to be efficient and get enemies up in the air and then slam down and actually take them all out and not waste your time having to run in different directions trying to track them down. I will say one of the most satisfying things is doing like one of the main missions and then like 500 different things pop up on the map for you to go do. Some of them are just like little training missions, or there's some that you might already have the consumable items that you need to bump up and get an extra extension of somebody's combo, or they get another heart. And then there's also different little vendors that you can unlock that you can go buy different consumables at. And then you have a tracker that you can go find missions that you need to go either replay to get those said consumables. I'm playing on normal. I kind of almost want to like, you can change the difficulty, I think, at any time. And when you click on a mission, you can see what your clear time is and enemies and stuff based on the different difficulties. So I'll definitely, I feel like the game has replay ability, so it should be fun.
Yeah, Crawler's text to me was, "We got to sell Eric on this game." That's what it's like, we gotta sell him on this. And I mean, especially with Breath of the Wild, that was like your game of the year, right?
Oh yeah, easily.
Yeah.
It's one of my probably top 5 all-time games. Even though it's a bad Zelda game, it's a remarkable game.
Yep.
And this, I feel like you're just getting questions answered that you probably have from playing Breath of the Wild. And I don't know. I mean, I even ask myself while I'm streaming it, I'm like, why do I enjoy this so much? Like, everything feels like a dumbed down Breath of the Wild in a way. Like, you don't have to go to a location in order to do something. You're just looking at the map and then you can make it happen. But like, there's this fun factor of like, oh, I need 17 fish and 5, flowers to upgrade this area and then upgrade that area. And there's like, and then you could set this little like radar that tells you if you go and do this mission and this mission, you'll get the stuff you need. So then you go and do that. I don't know why I'm enjoying that aspect of it so much, but it breaks up the monotony of the Musou game. And Crawler hit on it a little bit, but I feel like these boss fights, and especially now that I fought a Lionel, I'm like, it feels like you're playing Breath of the Wild. At that point, when you're fighting those bosses, it feels like you're just in Breath of the Wild. You're dodging, you're attacking with the flurry attacks and that stuff, and it
with less frustration because your weapons don't break. Right.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. I mean, it's funny because I have a lot of people jump in the stream and they're like, "Sell me on this game," and I'm like, I mean, for me, it's the rating I'm giving it is very high. I mean, it's sitting right now around a 9 out of 10 for me because I'm enjoying it that much. Now, I've had a few other people, I tweeted out today like, "Hey, what's everybody thinking about this? I'm really liking it." And some people say as they got further into it, it got it got too repetitive for them, and they didn't, they enjoyed it less. But I feel like there's so many little things to do that you can kind of lose yourself in. Like, oh, I can level up my sword by having the other weapons absorb into this, and if I pay attention to what they do, it makes this sword better. And the boss fights are entertaining as well. I mean, they do get a little competitive, or they get repetitive, where you're like, you dodge with B, and then you hit with the flurry attacks, you break the shield, and then, but there's been a few nail biters where I'm like, I'm one hit away, I don't have any more health.
You're out of apples.
You're out of apples, yeah, and it just it's really a great game. Like it's weird to say that like a warrior style game is like Nintendo's big holiday title, but
I'm also liking that there's some of these like 5 to 8 minute long missions versus the 30 to 45 minute bigger set piece missions.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And it's a good breakup because you unlock all these different other smaller objectives that don't necessarily dictate story or anything like that. It's kind of just a way to learn different aspects of the game because they're chalked up as like training missions and stuff. But it helps level your character. It helps you understand. Like there was one mission with Link that made me put a two-handed weapon on, which I hadn't done. And Link has the most variety when it comes to all of it. He gets different costumes to wear. He gets the choice of two-handed weapons or hammers or claymores or just simple one-handed swords and that kind of stuff. So you get this variety. And he also has bow and arrow like as a default attack as well. So you get that variety, but it's just a really fun way to play.
Yeah, it
Chris,
does.
Are you playing it?
He's got the broken Switch.
No, I got the broken Switch.
Oh, that's right. He's got a PS5. So
yeah, and I've got the PS5 to play Fortnite on.
It's a great system for it.
Yeah. Two questions. How is the frame rate when you're the Guardians? And then does it support Labo VR?
Asking the hard hitters.
Yeah. No Labo VR as far as I'm aware. Like
I haven't had frame rate issues. Have you had frame rate issues, Josh? I don't think I have.
No, I want to say what the game, they almost like built it into the game, like where they do it's not like a frame rate issue where everything starts to stutter, but they almost kind of just almost put it into like a slow motion style, like when you bounce everybody in the air and then it's like it allows you to kind of finish your moves. And I kind of feel like they built that in there to lessen the possibly kind of hide it. And I think they did a great job. Like I've had other people jump into my chat and they're like, I thought the frame rate was terrible in this game. And I'm like, yeah, pre-day one patch. Like this is like, we should know by now that the reviewers are going to mention these things and they're not playing the final build, even though they've had it for 2 weeks ahead of time. They're not playing the final build. And so
games don't go gold now until they go gold, but games aren't finished until day one patch. And a lot of times until much further after that.
Yeah, it seems to be the case. So,
I mean, I would say there's a significant amount of pop in probably, but and then there's also different instances, especially like with Daruk's Divine Beast, the mission I did on Death Mountain. I feel like there was weird spawn times for a lot of the giant mobs that they would sometimes just spawn in like under your feet, and then you could just wipe them out. But that could just be coding issues too. I don't know. But like pop in, they're just gonna limit the draw distance when there's that many pixels on screen.
Yeah, and there's so many things that it does right by breaking up the gameplay, right? Like you're going from mashing X to doing the what items do I need to collect to doing the Divine Beast and doing different. Even the characters themselves just play differently. So I really feel like there's some decent variety there, and it's definitely worth a pickup in my mind. So any other Nintendo games you've been playing, Crawler?
I played a decent amount of Smash this week, just working on that up and down with my GSP score and playing you a little bit. And we did the Smash Bros. Class last week in game play. We played a little bit, and then viewers played in the background while we talked. So that was fun. I mean, that caused me to put it in a little more often. And I've been working on my Corin a little bit, trying to get up a little bit higher. I was up at like 5.5 today, and I dropped down to 4.5. So got to climb back up.
Oh yeah, good times. Good times.
Oh yeah.
Chris, you've been mainly just playing the PlayStation. You said Fortnite. Did you do the event today?
I did do the event today. Yes, I enjoyed it. Did you played it too, right?
I did. It gave me like some Star Wars vibes and like driving that bus, you know, the party bus or whatever, the battle bus. That was, and I guess Nolan North came out and did the voice of Iron Man and you know, some of the voice acting there and whatnot. So I really thought it was fun. I had Jen and Belle with me in stream while we were doing it, and they like, it just cracks me up that both of them like Fortnite as much as they do. But yeah,
is that kind of weird for Fortnite to have done an event on a Tuesday in the middle of the day?
Well, it's worldwide, so I'm assuming it's like they're just trying to pick a time that everybody can show up. But from what I heard, even people, like a lot of people couldn't get in, and then some people got kicked out and couldn't get back in. And
yeah, you got to queue up usually 20, 30 minutes beforehand sometimes.
They suggested an hour.
Yeah.
This time.
Wow.
It wasn't even open an hour before. Like I think 40 minutes, but
or something.
Yeah.
They usually they do them on a Saturday, but they didn't do it on Saturday this time because it was the holiday weekend. And it was the season was already pushed back like 2 or 3 weeks because of like it just got delayed.
COVID.
2 or 3 weeks. Yeah. So it was really weird because both of my boys got they have the disc, well, not quote unquote disc version, the physical version comes with a code that gives you Joker, Poison Ivy, and some, I don't know, some Fortnite character. But it's just really weird that came out physically while they're doing this Marvel event. I think it was supposed to end like the week before the DC characters came out, but now it's going to be tomorrow morning, I guess the new season starts. So,
do we know what it is?
No, it just there was like leaked images of the just the special character. It looks like it's going to be all the Fortnite characters and then one exclusive character, like they did in the previous seasons with Deadpool and Aquaman.
I see. Well, the images that I keep seeing floating around are Mandalorian, but I don't know. And it seems likely with Disney and Marvel and everything, like they're
and
that'll get me back into Fortnite if they do Star Wars. That's what got me in last time was the Star Wars stuff.
Yeah,
because even the Marvel stuff couldn't. I claimed I did the Deadpool stuff to have Deadpool, but I didn't do any of the other season stuff for. Marvel.
This season it was like Wolverine was the secret character, but they had if you keep it up and watch while the countdown is going, there was like different recordings that keep popping up, and they keep talking about a bounty hunter. And so apparently that's supposed to be Mando. So
interesting.
Yeah, we'll see. But the only other game I've really been playing is I played it for like an hour or so. The Ghost Runner on the Nintendo Switch, and it's kind of like a it almost reminds me of like Super Hot. If all the characters were moving still, just it's like a real fast paced, like you run, if you die, it just reboots you right back at the beginning of that section. And you like run on the walls, you can like ricochet, air dodge, do all that stuff. It's all in first person.
Yeah, I've heard it's like a Mirror's Edge kind of like game, right?
Yeah, it's almost like Mirror's Edge or like and the running and stuff reminds me of Titanfall, like running on the walls and things. Not as good, but but I played it on the PlayStation 4, and then I played the Switch version, and I would suggest playing it on any other platform than the Switch. it's just kind of rough compared to the other versions. But,
I think that's going to be the sentiment going forward a lot anymore.
Yeah,
that's what I've been seeing, at least on Immortals Phoenix Rising, is there's a lot of fog in the Switch version.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But they said there's a lot of fog, but the fog, I guess, helps keep the frame rate steady at least. But yeah, the
like Turok on the 64.
Yeah.
Temple with rocket launchers.
Yeah.
Yeah. And but yeah, the Switch version, it's $29.99. And I guess there was a mix-up where it came out, but then it went away, and I guess it comes back out on December 9th on the eShop.
Interesting.
And this is the Ghost Runner.
Ghost Runner, yeah, yeah, because Immortals Phoenix Rising comes out on Thursday.
Got it.
So,
did you guys see? Really quick tangent. GoldenEye's antenna level was based on a real world place in Puerto Rico.
Yeah, it collapsed today.
It collapsed. That place is no more.
Interesting.
Pretty depressing that the place I just learned existed is now gone.
Yeah.
So
wow.
That's a bummer. But anyways.
Yeah.
Interesting. I mean, speaking of James Bond, there was like a new game kind of announced, right?
I forget what it's like. Project 007. Yeah,
Project 007, and it's the origin story of how James Bond got his 00 status.
So Casino Royale.
I guess.
You. LOL.
So, speaking of other games coming out, Doom Eternal. Coming to the Switch December 8th, digital only.
But it's on Game Pass already, and it's coming to PC soon. So just get Game Pass.
What? Yeah, like Eric, what do you think about this?
Digital only part of it, or which?
Just part? All of it, yeah.
I mean that. Hey, I understand for collectors this might be a big issue, but man, I don't know. It's a non-issue for me. I am primarily digital these days anyways, unless it's first party. I buy the first party titles physical. So this doesn't really offend me, but I mean, I'm even the worst person here to ask because there's no chance I was going to play that game on the Switch out of all the places I have to play that.
Sure.
I was gonna criticize you for collectors, and then I looked at it, and Doom actually
has a dual like
did artwork.
Yeah.
Did artwork. Yeah. So I will say yes, that is a bummer. But with how Switch games have been going lately, it probably would have been just a blank white inside.
Well, yeah,
no kidding.
The acquisition by Microsoft, like we don't know. I honestly feel like this game was supposed to be the December. I mean, I think it was supposed to be way earlier this year, right?
It was supposed to be day and date. It was supposed to be day and date.
Yeah, and so I kind of think that Nintendo was like, look, you guys got to get this thing out, and they're like, okay, well, it's
the best we can do.
This is the best we can do, and the only way they're not gonna be able to get anything printed, And so
what is it like? It's 17 or 13 gigs, something like that.
17 something gigs. Yeah,
that's what I saw.
Which I'm wondering if
this
limited
might have been just the alternative, right, to canceling it altogether. This is the happy medium. Either we get the game out digitally, but we're not going to invest in the printing to carts or putting them onto the carts. Just not going to happen.
I think we said even based on the first one. I mean, Josh played through it all the way on Switch, but it's a way to play, and I have it on Switch, but I have access to it, I guess, other ways now, especially with Game Pass. But it's not the most ideal way to play. It is a way to play on the go, which is the reason for the Switch. So if that's what you want it for, then you need a sizable SD card if you have other stuff on your Switch.
I mean, you really don't for this one, though. 17 gigs.
It'll fit on internal, but if you have other stuff, then you need space for it.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, it's a way to play. It's not going to look super great, and the first one doesn't look super great compared to the other versions. There are better ways to play, but that's the MO of the Switch. It's portable, and it's not going to be the best. I guess the only argument against that is like maybe Dragon Age. I've heard a lot of people say like that is the definitive way to play, but that was because of the version we got, and now that version's coming out to PlayStation and Xbox and PC, I think, here soon. So
Dragon Quest? Are you talking about
Dragon Quest?
What did I say?
Age?
Dragon Age. Yeah.
Dragon Quest.
I was like, wait a minute.
Whatever. Hey, dragons.
Yeah.
Dragons. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, that's good. But I was like, wait, did EA do something I didn't know about? What's the deal here?
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts, Josh? Like, where you stand on this? I know you're more physical release kind of guy.
I think, honestly, the frustrating thing for me is I would have played this game when it dropped or when it hit Game Pass immediately because I was looking forward to it. But I waited intentionally to get it physically on the Switch just because I like to have the collect, I like to have the physical cart. I downloaded it on Game Pass. I'm like, well, there's no, like, it doesn't, at this point, I don't care about playing it handheld. That doesn't make any, that means nothing to me, really. And
shooters are terrible handheld, let's be honest. The sticks
if
are
you
too
have,
short.
If you have xCloud, I think it's coming to Android. Was that in the announcement today that coming soon?
Just PC.
Just PC. Okay. So no.
So, I mean, I get to play with my Elite controller. I'm happy about that. I have I have two copies. I have two physical copies of the first game, from one on Xbox and one on Switch, and I just bought it again because it was like, this is a game I enjoy and this is the system I'm going to be playing on. So let's go for it, but, yeah, it was.
You think you're going to buy the digital, or are you just going to skip it altogether?
No, I'll probably skip it and see if Limited picks it up or something like that, and then maybe. But
I don't know if Microsoft will allow that.
I mean, they did Ori and stuff, right? They have
yeah, but
not from Limited, but
I feel like Microsoft's behind that a little bit, but
yeah.
I don't know.
So if it had come out day and date, the Switch physical purchase would have been done, like, no question. Even if it had come out this week physical, probably still would have picked it up. Now that's not physical, I'm like, whatever. Like, I don't know. So are you gonna pick it up, Chris?
Oh yeah, of course. Here's what I'll say about it. I feel like before we see games going to the cloud, we'll see more games going digital only, because they either catch a lot of flack for only putting part of the game on the cartridge and then releasing it with a code in there, or they get even more flack if but then they have to buy the bigger cartridges to put it on,
right?
And so then that just decreases the profit even more. So they just release this digitally, and on everything else, it is broken up in like piecemeal. So you can buy just the story, or you can buy just the multiplayer, or you can buy just the DLC. So I wonder if they're going to do the same thing with Doom.
Well, that's the other thing to talk about is the labor costs are probably if they thought this was coming out day and date, and we're now, when was this game scheduled? Was it
last year? And then
it's been out for a while now. But they shipped it off to a port house, didn't they?
That's what I'm saying. But that port house labor is still.
They gotta pay a whole studio to do that.
Button, yeah, Panic Button's the one that did. They did Rocket League. They did. They
did the first Doom, and
who did the work for CD Projekt Red? They didn't do the legwork for Witcher, did they?
Was that Saber Interactive?
I don't know off the top of my head, but yeah, it wasn't. I don't think that was them. But there's cost right there. There's all the reason. That's probably the main reason we aren't seeing a physical version, is because of the overhead for porting it to the Switch. Like, they probably would have just lost money at that point if they went physical due to the Nintendo tax and everything else. They were just like, this is
this late, so who knows who's going to end up,
right?
Like, how many people will actually get it?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, especially with it being on Game Pass now. Like,
That's the best way to play it.
Right. So now that's going to eliminate a huge market on the Switch, because if you own an Xbox or a PC, why on earth would you get it on Switch now?
Or Stadia, yeah.
What's Stadia?
So the initial release was March 20th, and
of this year, right?
It's supposed to be
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm sure Panic Button's not cheap, to make that, like, to basically, who knows what kind of.
It came out the same day as Animal Crossing. That's what it was.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. People are still hoping for like an Isabelle skin in this Doom game, so, but.
And then Josh would buy it. What they need to do is put like some Mario Kart 8 reference, and Josh will buy 7 copies.
Stop. You're right, but stop.
Yeah.
So, hey, quick plug though about Mario Kart. One of the things that we're gonna try to do is team games. So like, we'll just have people queue up, and then we will do 4 races, but we're gonna separate it into teams, because I've had some people be like, it's too sweaty, I can't play on the stream because it's too sweaty. So we're gonna try to mix things up a little bit that way and see how it goes. So just a little plug there for that. But we're gonna kind of get into the rumor mill a little bit. We've got this update that came out. We can talk about a little bit more. Some of the great things about this update, I think, are all of the pictures that they added. It's basically the pins that I missed out on.
They got me to change my profile picture. So.
Yeah. What are you using now?
The best Mario game.
Mario 2.
Nope.
Yeah. So obviously Mario 3.
Understandably.
Mario World. And here come the comments.
No, I love it. That's great.
I guess most of those came from Chris, so he's here to
yeah, I'm sure none of them are Mario 1, which is not a top 10 Mario game.
That's what mine is.
Yeah, of course.
My picture is, because it's literally one of my favorite pieces of artwork. Like, it's the theme I had on my 3DS or 2DS with Mario. It's from the original book. I love that piece of artwork.
It's like cookies and milk.
Yeah, well, it's the same artwork that's on the Japanese. Like, I'm holding the Japanese GBA reprint of Super Mario Brothers, and it's that same Mario holding that mushroom. And I don't know, I remember staring at that book for hours. I was only allowed to play 45 minutes a day, so I had to read the instruction booklet over and over again. It finally disintegrated,
That's how his parents got him to read.
Well, as long as Josh was just trying to keep the book out of his mom's hands, because if she read it, he wouldn't be allowed to play the game.
Exactly. So yeah, I just looked at the pictures anyway, except for the beginning, right? Just the little beginning there. But yeah, so this update has a lot of people speculating about some things, though. What we're wondering about NES and SNES games, right? There's a rumor about.
I think the UI leads us to maybe more games coming. It looks like the eShop back on the Wii and Wii U a little bit.
Yeah,
more
and
so the Wii U.
Jay Harley, that was the first thing he said. He's like, "This looks like there's games missing. Like, it looks like something else is on the way." Right. So, Eric, have you missed?
More cynical here, because I've played this game with Nintendo for a while. We've been doing this a few years, right? And this is simply an update to now market their Nintendo Online to all these new Mario Kart 8 bundle families that are getting it on Christmas Day. They're going to see this shiny red button. They're going to click on it, and they're going to pay the $7.
Well, that bundle comes with a 3-month subscription.
Even better.
Yeah.
Now they know where to renew.
Mm-hmm.
Instant revenue. Nintendo's not going to give us what we want. They just don't have it in them.
Yeah. This update, I'll tell you what. My son calls me, says, "All right, Daddy, I updated it. I'm ready to go." He said, "My Nintendo." He's like, I need Nintendo Switch Online." And I was like, "You need it?" And then he's like, "Yeah." I was like, all right. So I hopped onto Amazon and ordered the digital code for it. And then he's like, "No, I meant to say I have it. I didn't know you got it for me already." I was like, "What do you mean?" So I thought it was thought it was ending, and he was like, "Oh, I didn't realize he didn't know that it was there because the button wasn't there before." He's like, "Oh, you got us the Nintendo Switch Online, I see." And I'm like, "What are you talking? No."
See? And it's already working.
Well,
They already got one.
Here's the thing.
I got one for each of them.
So here's the thing. You can upgrade any single membership to a family membership for $15. So if you're going to be paying for their online for a while, Chris, just take that plunge and get a family plan. And
they each have their own individual one so that they could each get the NES controllers.
Oh, they still can with the family plan.
Oh, they can?
Yeah, each account can get one.
Jiminy Christmas.
Switch Nintendo marketing eating another one there.
Yeah,
I got you good. That update got you good.
My girlfriend has one. We got both of my boys have two. We each have a year of.
They got like $80 extra out of you.
Yeah.
No.
Louise, yeah.
Well,
yeah. They need the money, so I'm really helping them out.
For sure. So, but Crawler, elaborate a little bit more. What do you think? What do you? It just feels like because I opened it up and I was like, oh, this is a great spot. This is the shiny red button that people are going to press and realize, oh, I can spend more money. Like it's like, this is our DLC. Here's the games that you can get. They were like, we're not hiding this. I mean, it's a good move. It's like almost the first thing you'll press when you turn on the.
Yeah, I don't like its location, but yeah, they did it for a reason because when you
red, what everything else is grayed out. So
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only active button. If you look at it,
the biggest thing that screams to me that they're gonna update and add something is just the fact that NES and Super NES are lumped into one. With I'm looking at it right now, all the games, NES games single, Super NES games single, the icons for both the tiles that you have, and I updated my tiles earlier as well. So you can still launch the tiles, but it's just a more compact. Here's all the games. So I feel like it's just a way to sell more stuff, and maybe it's not included. Maybe we get a discount, but maybe we're gonna see. I would actually almost, even if it's not included. I'm just thinking about this now. Some of the games that we've talked about wanting, like maybe this is an opportunity for third parties to release games within that ecosystem, and you can buy Chrono Trigger for $4 or something like that. And hopefully it would be a better port than what some of the stuff is that we've gotten in the past, where it's just been the mobile phone ports, and Nintendo unlocks whatever emulation software they've made for themselves to allow for this online multiplayer experience for couch co-op games. And we can see the Ninja Turtle games. There are so many possibilities that we could get, but I don't know if Nintendo's going to play nice with other people like that. But even if this became a little bit of a storefront, I wouldn't be opposed to it.
Well, Nintendo got the Turtles, like the first Turtles game, on the Wii, right? It was a short deal. The license didn't last very long.
Yeah, that license ran up on Xbox as well, because I think I have it on Xbox. But
yeah, they have the 2 arcade games, right? And so, but that very first Turtles game, which is not the greatest one of the bunch, but Nintendo had the leverage because of the install base of the Wii. And they're slowly gaining that leverage back with
62 million plus or whatever.
Yeah, so that leverage could come back with the Switch, and we might end up seeing some similar games. Somebody in my chat was saying that there was rumored that Game Boy games were supposed to be coming next year. Have you guys seen any rumblings about this or anything? No.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, you have.
Just
okay.
Just some rumors. I have, like, I think on one of the subreddits, people have been posting, and then everyone yells not to post the rumors and take it with a grain of salt and all that. It's like the rumors on Switch have gotten to the point where it's polarizing. Like, people get mad at some of these rumors
Don't suggest that and get my hopes up.
Yeah, I think people are so desperate. That's what's going on.
I would almost
I get it. I feel the same way.
I would almost say the technology that they've kind of done with the Game & Watch that they just released is maybe a precursor to maybe a GBA Classic or something like that. And if it's GBA Classic, then maybe we can see some classic Game Boy and Game Boy Color games, as well as some Game Boy Advance games. But that library that made some of those were third-party games too. So it's harder to get those onto those classic systems. So, but I feel like the screen technology and the compactness of it all, that maybe opens the window for to see kind of I would like a GBA Classic more so than a Game Boy Classic, just because a color screen and more robust library. But I don't know.
Chris, what is it that you've heard about the rumored Game Boy games?
That there was supposed to be there's supposed to be some sort of like announcement about GBA games coming to the Nintendo Switch Online before Christmas.
Before Christmas?
Yeah, that's what I heard. I think I can say that. Yeah.
Well, next Thursday is Game Awards.
I think I can say that.
I believe in you. You can say it.
Yeah. I think I said it. Yeah. We'll just go with it from now.
Perfect.
But yeah.
Perfect. I mean, off the top of your head, each of you guys, what Game Boy games would you like to see on the Switch? I don't know. Chris, can you start?
Yeah, sure. The Advance War games, the Mario and Luigi games, the Rhythm Heaven, WarioWare.
Mm-hmm.
Anything that isn't Mario.
Wow. 6 golden coins? Come on.
I like that, but yeah.
The 6 golden coins, you like it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah,
Tough,
for a long time, that was one of my only Game Boy games. That and the Ninja Turtle game, I forget the name of it. Those were the only games I had for a while.
Was it like Back from the Sewer? There was 2 of them. I have one of them. Follow the Foot Clan.
Right. It was the first one.
Follow the Foot Clan?
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
That was really good. But the rumor is GBA, not OG Game Boy.
Oh, GBA.
Well,
so then that's Metroid.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the Castlevania games.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, there were some good Castlevania, and those were excluded from the Konami Castlevania collection. So
yeah,
that would be
interesting. But yeah,
I mean, I played so many just of the classic games that Nintendo re-released, like Super Mario World and Mario 3 and all that kind of stuff on Game Boy Advance. But like, what Chris said, Game Boy or Advance Wars was a really fun series that has been long neglected since Fire Emblem kind of took off. So we haven't seen that. So I mean, that would be nice to see that come back.
My wish would be, well, 2. I've got. Do you guys remember the Hideo Kojima Boktai game? It was like you literally had to go outside in the sun to power up one of your weapons.
What was it called? Like Golden?
It was Boktai.
That was the name of it?
Yeah, Golden Sun is.
Oh, Golden Sun. Yeah, that would be because that was a Game Boy Advance exclusive,
game.
right?
Yeah.
But I mean, you'd never see Boktai come, but I really liked that game. Being a huge Hideo fan, Metal Gear fan, I enjoyed that, and it'd be really cool if remember those re-release Mario games. If they could bring those over, that'd be really sweet too.
And they're on the Wii U.
Games.
Didn't Pokemon Pinball? Didn't that have some kind of motion stuff?
Really? Nothing.
No, it had the Pokemon Pinball had
a rumble
that you could put in the
because you could do like the tilt, right? A little bit.
Oh, like a gyro?
Tilt and tumble, right?
Oh, okay. But I mean, like the Nintendo controllers could totally do that.
Or Wario Twisted.
Yeah. Eric, what did we miss? Can you please repeat? Like, what did you say? You want the
re-releases I wanted are already on the Switch currently.
Oh, Wait,
That was a joke. It's a whoosh.
what?
LOL.
It's a LOL. Oh, well, they like. I feel like those versions that came out on the Game Boy. Those are the definitive editions in my mind. Like Mario has a little bit of like he's got some voice work that he does. Like the colors and the graphics, the sprites look really cool. And not to mention on the Wii U version of Super Mario Brothers 3, like Mario Advance 4 or whatever the names were, that was so weird.
I don't know.
Nintendo naming is not good. Their systems, their re-releases of games. It's not good.
Yeah, well, I mean, and this actually gives me an idea because there's like I don't even know there were all the eShop or the e-card reader levels are all available on that. They're built into it. You don't have to have the obviously you couldn't use the reader anyway, but so you're talking about almost another like a full game or like DLC for Mario 3 at that point, which is it's pretty rad, you know. It's pretty cool. So I think this is a little quick plug for this, but we have an ongoing thing on my Twitch stream. If you can put your stream currency just by watching. We're doing a 24-hour Mario stream. That's going to get into the mix. That game is going to get into the mix, and we'll check out some new levels. So,
oh hey, we can finally know in this app. We can finally know what games have voice support in the mobile app.
Well, yeah.
Remember when they had a mobile app?
Smash, Splatoon, Animal Crossing, and Mario Kart. That's it. This shines a glaring light on some of like the bad parts of Nintendo Online.
Go ahead, Chris. You've got the floor.
Yeah, I was going to say we can't finish talking about the GBA without mentioning Mother 3.
Oh yeah.
And how they should bring that over.
Definitely.
But would it have to be like I thought there was some pretty, from my understanding, I asked this question not too long ago and people were like, it's got some pretty like risque stuff in it or whatever. Like it.
I think it could be close to being copywritten stuff like in America, but not in Japan or something.
Ah. Okay.
Well, the biggest hope that everyone had was the localization of the first Fire Emblem because it had never been localized, and so that's one of the biggest things holding back Mother 3. I think also I read something I think that said the text for I don't know if it was for the Fire Emblem or like the potential of Mother 3. The text fits better as Japanese characters, and it would have to be maybe rewritten to fit in text bubbles how it needs to for Mother 3.
It would have to be remade because of the way they made the text. You can't make the bubble any bigger, and the sentences wouldn't fit.
I see.
So it'd have to be a new line of code probably to let it scroll or something like that.
Just finish Earthbound 64 and bring that out.
There you go. The Game Boy games that I would love to see are Metroid Fusion and Metroid Zero Mission. Both stellar titles. Like I couldn't put those down when they launched, and I'm sure some people would love to see some Pokemon games make their way to the Switch as well.
That's also another rumor. So
right, yeah, and then the other title would be the Minish Cap. I would like to be able to. I've played it some on my Wii U, but I've never played. It's not one that's currently in my collection other than digitally on my Wii U. So that would be. Yeah. That'd be a fun game to be able to revisit and get into. I really enjoyed the time I spent with it, the little bit of time anyway. So,
and Final Fantasy Tactics Advance was really good too.
Yeah,
I'm surprised Josh hasn't mentioned Mario Kart.
Super Circuit is probably the weakest. Like,
let's say there's better ways to play Mario Kart.
Yeah, it's what's funny. Like on my TikTok, I have all these people that are like, the Mario Kart Wii is the best, and I'm just like, those are rose tinted glasses, my friend. That's like me saying 64 is the best. Like it's just it was great at the time. Like it was.
64 is hard to go back to.
And I'll say the same thing for the Game Boy Advance version. Like for what they did on that hardware, it was pretty darn impressive. But I mean, it's not a great game by any means today. But I would still play it for fun just because I remember playing it.
Well,
Yeah,
if
I'd play it once, like most of the Nintendo Switch Online
right,
games. Yeah.
Well, and I mean,
they took Super Nintendo technology not too long after the Super Nintendo was out, and were able to put those kind of games on a portable platform, which was incredible.
mm-hmm. Yeah, it really was. It really was. It was a fun little system. I still pick up my SP every now and again. I have my micro right next to me. So
I was say I want to have an SP because I never got the backlit screen.
Right. Plus, it's the last, and is it the only Mario Kart game that was a launch title?
Oh, I didn't even realize that.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize it. I happened to walk into a thrift store about 2 years ago, and they had one sitting there for like $7. I was like, "Yep." So I snagged it, but I mean, it's on the Wii U also, and man, it's just like it's a muddy mess when you try to play that game. It's
well, and
it's
they
rough.
also simulate the duals, like, or the bad screen size and all that kind of stuff. Even playing the DS games is bad on Wii U as well.
Yeah, that's what's funny about Wii U. That's what we played this weekend for Thanksgiving and stuff. Like, because we all stayed home.
Yeah, you played Nintendo Land. You said, right?
Yeah, we played Nintendo Land. We played. It's so good. Like this, I kind of let my kids decide. They were like, "Yeah, Nintendo Land. Let's get the Wii out. Let's bowl. Let's, they wanted to do. They were playing the Wii Fit game with the. I had to put 6 batteries in the
balance board.
The balance board,
They go ski jumping.
They were doing they like to do the one on the Wii U where you have to like bring food like a waiter, and you have to you shift your weight back and forth. That makes you walk, and then you balance the food on your with the Wii the gamepad.
Busted out a Punch Out, because can't you do Punch Out with the balance board too?
I believe so. I believe so.
I have a balance board stuff. I think it's up in my upstairs closet somewhere. Yeah, but I would have to shove batteries in it too, because it's probably acid eroded in there as well. Oh yeah, I always go through and take all my batteries out of stuff, like Wii remotes and stuff. I opened one up. I was like, it's alive. What's funny on that Wii board? It says you cannot trade this in. I'm like, how do they get to dictate that? But it says it on the back side of it. I'm sure GameStop bought them.
I don't remember I don't remember seeing them, but
because I worked at GameStop like when that was out, and we would take them.
Interesting.
They would be so dirty.
They don't want to spread athlete's foot.
I'd be like, I don't want to touch that.
So gross. So gross. All right. Well, hey, let's wrap this thing up. Chris, where can people find you?
You can find me at Super Nintendo on pretty much everything. Yeah.
Perfect. What you doing on YouTube these days?
Well, lately I've been doing some PS4 or PS5 gameplay, but I plan on doing some more Switch stuff once I get my Fortnite bundle in.
There you go. Right on. Fortnite bundle. That thing looks sweet. They tweeted that out at like 9:00 on Sunday night. I was like, okay. Cyber Monday deal.
Is GameStop exclusive for that?
No, you can get it at Walmart, Amazon, everywhere. Yeah.
Okay.
I see. Crawler, where can we find you?
You guys can find me hanging out in the Discord, n64josh.com/discord. We got lots of stuff going on, Smash and talking other games, Mario Kart, like we talked about. And then I'm not even going to promote it because I haven't gone live in a while. So.
He's finally giving up. Eric, where can we find you?
You'll find me in all the usual places that everyone just named at Hate Zero. You can add me on PlayStation. I'll be on PS5 a lot. You could add me on the Switch, but I don't play that hunk of junk. Just kidding. Wow. You can add me to it, but I couldn't tell you what my friend's code is, so you have to go on to the Discord and
hey, there's a whole room for that in the Discord.
Yeah. We've created a solution to that problem.
Right. We have. Guys, you can follow me everywhere at N64Josh, putting out a lot of content on TikTok, YouTube, and so I'd love to connect with you guys there, Twitter as well. So you guys have a fantastic evening, and we'll see you guys soon. Bye now.